first is like to me at this point of my life, yeah, is be able to be grateful in a magical situation is open my eyes every morning and have the bless and the gratitude to be able to have an extra day with my loved ones and help uh people, yeah, and be in service. That is one of my things. I have, thanks to this medicine, thanks to my training, I have seen miraculous transformation in people that were terminal in terms of like, that's it. The doctor say, hey, you have 3 days to live. Let me just give you one of the one of the stories is, you know, but the main one it was I got this person with they call me, and at the time I have a clinic in Monterey. So they call me and they go like, "Hey, Diego, can I see you?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, of course." And there are no accidents. So I have my afternoon all of a sudden every person cancel. And I'm like, that's odd. It's like I wonder, yeah. And so this person shows up and it looks unrecognizable. I met with them 3 months previous, yeah. And I say, well, I want to go when I do medical qigong and stuff like that, and I say, well, this is what it's gonna take. Yeah, it's like you do the work. I'm here just to support you when you do your work. Yeah, and the way sort of like going back to medical qigong is like, uh, whatever is manifesting in your body, call it any illness. Yeah, so especially if it is like is chronic, what is manifesting is the fruit. Yeah, so the main issue is the root because you can pluck the fruit out and the next 6 within 9 months it will grow again, yeah. So you need to trace it back into the root, and now when you have the root system, you had a better picture of why the fruit is there, yeah. So I had this conversation with this couple, and they called me a couple of days later and said, hey, we're gonna do full on Western. I'm like, great, I support you, and if anything happens, just let me know. I'm here for you guys. I don't believe the, well, Western is bad, Eastern is better, Ayurvedic is like, anybody have the right to choose whatever they feel is the best path. I don't think it's it. Nothing is good or bad. It's like if you take this road, you have all these set of lessons. If you take this road, you have all these set of lessons. You always learning something. Yeah. So they call me and say, hey, can we see you this afternoon? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, I look at my calendar and I have all cancellations. Yeah. And I'm like, this is odd. So I go, he come out and he was unrecognizable. And so the wife put me aside and I'm like, hey, we just come for a very famous institution. Um, I'm not gonna say the name, but they come for a very famous institution, yeah. And they go, the radiologist at the time whispered on her ear, and I'm like, hey, we are killing him. You need to find someone who does medical qigong. And then he goes and tell her, it's like, if you ever share this with anyone, I will deny it. And she's like, we talked to a guy who does medical qigong, and I'm not taken to him. So he show up, so I talking to her, and she goes, well, come in and tell me the story. Yeah? And then she goes, he has only 7 days. And I'm like, does he knows that? And he said, no, he doesn't. I don't have the, okay. So I bring it in and say, oh, Diego, don't tell him. And I'm like, but technically, yeah, I, somebody have to tell him. Well, and I'm like, okay, let me talk to him. So I'm sitting with him And I'm like, do you know why you're here? I'm like, no, they told me that I need to see you. And I'm like, oh, yeah. So you have 7 days to leave. And then he goes, that's BS. And he started yelling and screaming. It's like, oh, at least it's fighting. Yeah. It's like, it's something is there. That's like, you haven't give up yet. Yeah. And I'm like, I know giving up and this is, and I'm like, great. That's the attitude that we need. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, well, we all gonna die. That's part of the tour. Yeah. But from here, from today, for this moment, and to the day you die, how you want to live the rest of your life? He said, what do you mean? I said, well, you're in a plane. The plane is about to crash. Yeah, so you have 2 minutes to live. You want to go like, I don't want to die. Or you want to say, oh, finally, I get to go home. Which one is it? The end result won't change. You die. He said, well, I don't want to die. That's not an option. Yeah, that's not the option. So he goes, well, I don't want to die. I say, okay, let's do this. I want you to come back tomorrow. And I'm out. And your homework is like, tell me why you want to leave, not why you don't want to die. I need to find out what is the reason that you want to continue doing. And he goes, okay. So he leaves, come back the next morning. And he goes, I want to leave. And he gave me a few other, I said, that's wonderful. Okay. And we start working with him. He was doing all these exercises and like Qigong exercises to break stagnation, everything. And he was with us for 7 months. He was teaching Bible studies and the test results, the doctors didn't know. I said, I don't know what these guys are doing. Continue with them, yeah? Because don't come back. I don't know what he's doing, but just keep going, yeah? And he was around he got another 7 months. And it was time for him to go, and he did. Um, and he thanked us, and he's like, we're giving an extra 7 months to stand with his family. So that was one of the miracles that I have experienced with this training, yeah, with this medicine.